Welcome to our YouTube channel TechBird. Today we have come with a new thrilling story, The Cursed Asylum. So we will narrate the story. In the small forgotten town of Blackwood, there stood an abandoned asylum at the edge of a dense misty forest. It was called Ravenwood Asylum, and it had been shut down decades ago after horrifying incident. It had been shut down decades ago after a horrifying incident, that one that no one in town dared to speak about. The legend said that in 1965, Dr. Victor Horror, a cruel and twisted psychiatrist, conducted brutal experiments on his patients, trying to cure madness through unethical and painful means. One stormy night, the asylum caught fire, and all the patients, along with Dr. Horror, were burned alive. Since then, strange occurrences plagued the asylum. Eerie whispers, flickering lights, and shadows moving on their own. Fast forward to the present day. Four friends, Mark, Olivia, Jack, and Emily, college students fascinated by paranormal stories, decided to explore Ravenwood on Halloween night. It was just a dare. Find proof of ghosts, take a few pictures, and leave. Armed with flashlights, a camera, and a sense of adventure, they entered the asylum through a broken side door. The air was thick with dust and decay. The walls were covered in peeling paint, and the faint smell of something burnt still lingered. As they stepped inside, the temperature dropped drastically. Olivia, the skeptic of the group, scooped, probably just the cold night air. They walked through the main hallway, their footsteps echoing. Old patients' flies were scattered across the floor, some pages covered in dark red stains. The building groaned as if it were alive. Then they heard it, a faint scratching sound from the floor above. Jack tried to act brave, grinned, probably just rats. Let's check it out. They climbed the rusted staircase, reaching the second floor, which had been the patient quarters. The air was heavier here, almost suffocating. The group entered room 209, where the scratching had come from. It was a mess: an overturned bed, a rusted wheelchair, and a deep claw marks on wall. Emily shuddered. Someone tried to get out. She whispered. Mark took out his camera and snapped a picture. As soon as the flash went off, the door behind them slammed shut. The group screamed. Jack yanked the door handle, but it wouldn't budge. Then a whisper, "You shouldn't have come." The voice, the voice was soft, almost gentle, but it sent a chill down their spines. The camera beeped. A new photo had been taken, but no one had touched it. Mark checked the screen. The photo showed the room, but in the corner a figure stood staring at them. A tall man in a white coat, his face burned beyond recognition, his hollow eyes glowing in the dark. Olivia gasped, "That's Dr. Horror." The whisper returned, louder this time. Leave or stay forever. The lights flickered, the walls trembled. A high-pitched, blood-curdling scream filled the air. The door burst open and they ran down the hallway, past broken gunnies and rotting furniture. But the building was changing. The hallways stretched longer, the doors vanished. Then they saw them, the patients, figures in tattered hospital gowns, eyes sunken, faces twisted in agony, watching from the shadows. Some crawled on the ceiling, some limped toward them, whispering in ghostly voices. Olivia screamed, "This isn't real, this isn't real." But it was. The escapes or so they thought. Jack spotted a stairwell. Go, go, go. They ran down the steps, barely dodging the grasping hands reaching from the darkness. They burst through the main hallway, heading for the exit. The door was right there, just a few steps away. But then Emily tripped. She looked up and Dr. Horror was standing over her. "You are staying." His burned lips twisted into a grin as he reached for her. Mark grabbed Emily's arm and yanked her up just in time. They ran through the doors, back into the cold night. The asylum stood silent and still. Breathing heavily, they turned around. The building looked untouched, as if it had been abandoned for years. The windows were broken again. The doors rotted. It was as if the nightmare had never happened. Their car was still there. They jumped in and sped away, not looking back. Back in Mark's apartment, they tried to convince themselves it was all in their heads. Maybe they imagined it. Maybe fear had played tricks on them. Then Mark's phone buzzed. A new photo. Group picture of all four of them standing inside room 209. But they hadn't taken it. And behind them, standing in the middle, was Dr. Harrow smiling. And no one noticed that Emily's reflection in the mirror was just a second too late. So this was the story, the haunted one. We'll come soon with a new story. Till then, goodbye.